sports.
Welcome back. Indiana High School wrestling sectionals take place this Saturday. Terre Haute South will be looking for a third straight sectional title, but as Sports 10's Jevin McCoskey shows us, Brave star Alex Rose takes to the mat these days for more than himself.
Right now, Terre Haute South wrestler Alex Rose is ranked 12th in the state, and if you know Alex, you know that wrestling has always been his passion. But to Rose, it will always mean a little more than just wins and losses. For Alex, wrestling started at a young age. He was first introduced to the sport in first grade when he joined Team Green, a youth wrestling program out of West Terre Haute. Alex's father, Sean Rose, wrestled while growing up in Seattle, Washington. Rose explained that at first, it wasn't about wanting to wrestle. Instead, it was about wanting to be like his dad.
Just like seeing how he carried himself, and you know, every little kid wants to be like their dad. And we had a wrestling mat in the basement before I could even wrestle. So he was always just trying to teach me moves.
But when Rose was 15 years old, his father, and the reason for being obsessed with wrestling, tragically passed away from multiple myeloma. Rose, who was scheduled to wrestle at West Vigo High School the next day, did everything he could to be there for his family. But Alex says he knew his father would have wanted him to do everything that he could to cut weight and wrestle his match.
And I just remember like going up into the weight room, and I'm running on the treadmill, and I'm like just cutting the weight, and then I just start crying while I'm just running, and it was just like all the emotions like finally hit me.
Alex wrestled the next day with the full support of his teammates, coaches, friends, and most importantly, his family. A few months later, Rose came across his father's old Letterman's jacket. It was at that moment that Alex thought of doing something that would allow him to always carry a piece of his father with him forever.
I was just like super intrigued with the jacket, and then I saw the rose, and I was like, this is awesome. Like the wrestler too, it was just awesome, and I was like, I need to put this on mine.
When Alex got his letter jacket during his sophomore year, he had the rose and wrestler patches removed from his father's jacket and put onto his. Rose says that because they are now on his jacket, when he sees his last name, it helps him think of his father.
The jacket is very important to me. Not only his, but like the rose and the wrestler that is put on mine, because obviously that means that I'm carrying a little piece of him, you know, wherever I'm going, you know, through the trials, through the tribulations, I've got a little piece of him on my back.
Rose told me that there's not a day that goes by where he doesn't think of his father. And with sectionals just around the corner, he is looking to become an individual sectional champion for the first time, just like his dad. Rick, back to you.
Great story, Jevin. Rose and Terre Haute South will be competing Saturday at the Bloomington North Sectional. Sports 10 will be on hand, and we'll have all the action. That does it for sports. We'll have more news after the break.